Hey, what's up? If you're watching this video, more likely you are on my channel. Well, you are. I'm telling people more about practical fashion here, and maybe you happen to be one of those people. In this video, I'm gonna tell you how to shop for your bridal gown and a few tricks and things you need to know about that. Please consider subscribing and putting thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. My name is Oksana, and let the show begin. You do know I love to categorize everything, and today is not an exception. So we're gonna talk about color, fabric, shape, and a little bit on style and fashion. So number one, color. Let's jump right into it. What you need about the color is that it's not always that you want a white. White dress might mean a lot of different things. White color is not really easy to work with, and it's not very flattering on a lot of different complexions. You need to have either really pale and generally cold pigment in your appearance, or you need to have a lot of contrast within your face. It doesn't mean that if you have pale skin, you would look necessarily good in white. And also vice versa. It doesn't mean if you have dark skin, you would have a lot of contrast. There is a tendency that ivory would look way better on a lot of different skin shades. I usually recommend people to try something with a little bit of a tint, like pinkish undershade or goldish. That will look really great on people with some freckles on their face or kind of ginger hair. Number two, shape. I do love this topic, and again, I can talk hours and hours about that. But I'll really try to be short, brief, and as helpful as possible. So here it is. On my left, you're probably gonna see this picture with all different kinds of bridal gowns. One, A-line dress. It's really good for rectangles. It would create an illusion of smaller waist if you don't have any. And generally, it's just very popular, very easy to shape, very easy shape. For example, ball gown, again, depending on the waistline, it might look good on different figures really nicely. Only thing to remember, some ball gowns are coming with a dropped waist. That is really good for a rounded figure. If you have that tummy, you want dropped waist. Next one, we have fit and flare. Fit and flare also coming in different variations, like trumpet or mermaid. The only difference here is how high would go the tightest part. Mermaid would hit you tight all the way to your knees. It looks really dramatic and beautiful, usually not very comfy. So unless you're really committed, don't go there, girl. Strapless. I know a lot of you really love strapless. My advice here, either make spaghetti, see-through, transparent straps. They can be detachable. Ask your alteration lady, she would know the drill. So remember, we don't want to add extra volume into the places we already have some. Remember, ladies, you should wear the dress. Dress is not wearing you. That's it. I think the only logical thing here would be to talk about fabrics next. So most of the times you would see a lot of lace. You want to buy good quality, right color lace. If the lace is really cheap, the whole dress would look really cheap. Good thing to remember here is that you want smaller patterns of the lace on smaller body types, and you want a little bit bigger patterns on fuller figures. That's a great rule to know, really easy, makes huge difference. You can see a lot of organza. Organza is a light, see-through, transparent, flowy, wriggly fabric. It works great for people who are doing destination wedding, and if you're traveling somewhere for your wedding, like Mexico or Jamaica, and it's really warm outside, and you want still something that would look bridal gown, but not a lot of layers, that organza is your go-to. You might look for silk as well, but I want to say that silk is really hard to work with, generally because It's beautiful fabric, but it's very delicate, and it's also very expensive. So let's say if the dress made of some kind of synthetic fabric, it would cost $2,000 roughly plus tax. And if the same dress is made of silk, it would come up to $6,000 and up. So remember that it's not always worth buying silk unless you have a bigger budget and you're okay with spending. Last but not least, satin and taffeta. I do love those fabrics. They're a little bit more heavy and constrictive, but they suck in greatly. Usually they look very classy and elegant, especially if you're going for that kind of look and that kind of wedding. It looks great on ball gowns. I love those two fabrics for fuller figure. As I said, that would suck in and just gather the figure big time. The only bad thing is that, as I mentioned, they are heavy and you need to be prepared to have it the whole night long. But other than that, I love it. Looks really classy and kind of expensive. When you're thinking what's in bridal fashion, well, everything. I'm telling you guys. Good thing is that bridal fashion is a little bit more sustainable, and it is influenced by macro trends. Off the shoulder look and ruffles were in for a lot of seasons now, and probably they're gonna be in a few more seasons, spring, summer 2018, but not about that. It's gonna be in bridal fashion as well. So when you're thinking about what you want from your dress, think about your personal style. Take a look at your wardrobe. Number 2, think about your venue. Imagine if your wedding is in the middle of the woods somewhere. You don't want big satin ball gown. If you're having a wedding on New Year's Eve, and I had that bride before, she wanted all beaded, open back, all about drama and going and doing things. So think about your venue and your personal style. Also, make your research. A lot of people that would wear Carolina Herrera would probably not go with their wing. The designer would bring a certain kind of aesthetics. Think if you want something more trendy or you want to do something timeless, and take a look at your pictures 20 years from now and you think, well, I'm still looking gorgeous. Or you want to take a look at your pictures and think, wow, I was fashionable and I was rocking it. It's all about your personality. Think about what color looks best on you, what shape looks best on you, and only then match it with fashion trends. That was it for today. I do hope you liked this video. Frankly, I'm exhausted because I'm putting so much effort into it. It's really hard to explain every little detail in 10 minutes. I do hope some of you found it really helpful. If you did, or if you did not, you're just a good person. Put your thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Karma would be great to you. And you have a lovely day.